Hey guys, welcome back to 3 with SNM. If today happens to be the first time you're watching me, please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share with your loved ones and friends, and leave a comment in the comment section. If you're a returning viewer, I appreciate it so much. Yes, so in today's video, I'm just going to pick up some random questions and then I'm going to share with you guys what I've learned so far. So it's just going to be a shared idea. Without much ado, let's get right into it. So the first question I would like to tackle would be, what advice would I give to myself as a late teen and somebody in my early 20s? Just to know that what works for one does not work for everybody. Everybody has the way they actually go about stuff and what really works for them. The first thing I would say would be find your path. It's difficult to find your path, especially when you are coming from a home that is not, privileged enough to actually help you identify it. Notwithstanding, you can still go ahead to, look for your path by identifying what you're passionate about, and it should be something serious. Growing up, you would realize that probably what you wanted to be in kindergarten was quite different from what you wanted to do or become in the primary level, as well as JHS or even in the senior high school. So at this point, I'm talking about you having a clearer idea of what you see ahead of you, your future. So once you discover that path, you start towing that line. Aside that, gain experience. Now, going to school is not enough. Learning a particular course is not enough. Beyond that course that you're studying, or beyond the schooling and all the A's you're making, what else have you got? So get every experience that you can possibly get on your hands. It could be basically like something basic, just like probably typing or something, just gain all the experiences you can lay your hands on. The final thing I would tell my late teen self will be practice delayed gratification. Now, as and should I say a 17, 18, 19-year kid, you don't have kids, you don't have a husband, you don't have a home you are, working to put together and all of that. So you have a lot of time on your hands. One, you have a lot of things you could actually get for yourself. So my 18 or 17 self, probably because of work and schooling and trying to get some experiences here and there, I start earning something here and there. Rather than buying that latest necklace or latest bag or shoe, you plan, in the next 3 years I want to have about 1.9 million in my savings account. How long would it take for me to get that? I'm earning this every month. What can I do? Rather than buying that shoe, which would be spoiling in the next 6 months or 1 year, I could refuse myself from getting that and then put the money down in some savings account or an investment bank or something. And that is what I call delayed gratification. At the end of the day, you don't get to get what you wanted, but you get what you need. Will you advise somebody to do what they love or love what they do? Whatever you do, do it heartily, not as unto anybody or even for yourself, but as if you are doing it for God. I'm sure once you are able to put your mind to this, or if you are able to accept this as the bottom line for everything you do. This is not to say that, everything you do is in line with what God wants you to do. He is the one who orders our steps eventually. So if you are somebody who is very spiritual and you would want to be directed by the Lord, he would order your steps and you would definitely get to do what you want to. So you would find out that it's not even everybody who uses their education at the end of the day. But even if you are in a particular field and you don't love what you are doing, pray for God to direct you. You may never know. There could be other opportunities for you to, change the course you have already taken. And at the end of the day, you would end up doing what you love. The other thing could be that, imagine I love something, I really do love this thing. And I'm doing it, but it's not bringing me any money. What do you do? Are you going to be like for the love of the job? So you're going to just be there? Come on. This is time you apply like wisdom. You ask for God's direction. Probably there is a way you would have to go about that same thing you really love, and then before you know it, you start generating revenues and funds. If not, you look for other options. Once you're able to make the amount you really think is substantial, then you come back to invest it into what you love. That speaking fluent English or not speaking the English language fluently affects you during interviews? Well, I think it shouldn't really matter. If the job requirement demands fluency in speaking English, of course. So you have to know your job requirements. Whatever job you're seeking for, you've got to know the requirements before you proceed. That's the first thing. The second thing would also be that if I am the employer in this position, I should look at other potentials aside speaking fluently. And even if all these other potentials I'm looking for are checked, or as in the person that's well in that place and still lacks the proficiency in articulating, then I think what I would do is to consider the person and help the person become articulate. You get it? So rather than just snubbing the person, the person is resourceful. So why not why not allow the person to undergo some sort of training to equip the person the better, or make the person more articulate? You get it? How do you rise above male bully in your career sector? So it's unfortunate that as much as we actually seeing a lot of change when it comes to empowering women, it's undeniably true that we are still in a society that is kind of dominated by males, like men. But imagine you are a female boss and you go to a place to pitch your business idea to somebody, or you have the opportunity to go in for a contract and stuff like that with other males in that same career or industry. At the end of the day, they feel like when the lady gets that contract, it's either the lady used what she has to get what she wanted. But it shouldn't be like that. If you were a woman, you have to study to show yourself approved. It's not time to be bossy. It's not time to show them, okay, I'm the boss here, let me let them know what I've got. You get it? So in order for a female or a woman who is actually, say, a boss, to rise above male bullies who feel like, hey, you're a woman, you get pregnant soon, you soon go for maternity leave, we don't need you, like you'll not even last in the industry and all of that. Just steady to show yourself approved. Go the extra mile if you have to, because at the end of the day, it's not all about what you can showcase as a woman, but what you can actually do. So you would know that, or you would realize that when these men start, opposing you for what you stand for, and you show them what you can really do. You humble them. So just be humble, learn harder, and have a learnable or a teachable spirit. So this is another question. Is it okay to grow with a company, or when you work with them for a while you can just leave? I would say if you are the one growing, as in if you are learning on the job, why not? Why should you rush to leave? You need all the experiences you have to get to equip yourself to get better. If your objective and the objectives of the organization you're working for does not tarry or does not go hand in hand, what are you waiting for again? Like, what are you doing there? Is it because of the money? So if you want to leave eventually, at least leave on a good note. Don't leave fighting. Yes, yeah, I want to leave, or don't leave betraying the company such that you go to their rivalry company or you create their secrets out and all of that. Don't leave leaving the impression that you could come back there any day. So the next is, what do you do if you want to pursue a specific passion or dream? Your parents want you to do something else that they want, and God's will is also something else. So I want to be a doctor, my mother wants me to be an engineer, and God's will for my life is to be a preacher. That's interesting. But let me start from this angle. God works with us human beings within times and seasons, so there is time for everything. Now, I love the fact that we have God's will in the midst of all of this, which means that supersedes all other interests and passion. Sometimes you go through certain areas in life to equip you for where you are supposed to be or where God wants you to be. How do you even know which is which, and how do you even know this is God's will for you? What are you doing? Just get on your knees and pray. Pray for God's direction. Pray that He leads you. Pray that there is some sort of intervention for you to know what you are supposed to do at what time. So I think this is where I'm going to end. To end it, I think one of the most important things we have to recognize is time management. It's very easy for teenagers and people in their early 20s to, spend a lot of time behind movies, series upon series, fun and all of that, But then, to what extent can that, help you gain something? Aside that, I would also like to say that you have to get certain mantras that can help you, establish you in reality. Mantra strategies also help you bring yourself into self-realization and actualization. It makes you give yourself a definite purpose. So some mantras I personally use would be to declare positivity over my life, to declare, oh yes, I'm the head and not the tail. I am a billionaire. Of course I am. I am intelligent. I am creative. I am healthy. All these mantras, some way, somehow, help you, give you a real identity, and it encourages you to work towards achieving that as well. So I hope this was helpful, and don't forget to leave your comments. Let me know which one was your favorite, and share with your loved ones and friends. Until my next video, don't forget to keep doing you, and do you. Bye bye.